At Subway, start your day the flavorful way by adding new guacamole to your favorite breakfast sandwich. Perfectly made with a hint of jalapeno, our guacamole turns up the flavor to your breakfast. Try it today on a hot and toasty egg, white, and cheese. Subway, eat fresh.
The B.S. Report is a free-flowing conversation that occasionally touches on mature subjects. The B.S. Report. The B.S. Report with Bill Simmons.
Welcome to the B.S. Report, taping this from my hotel room in New York City. We are taping podcast Thursday and Friday from the Bud Light Hotel. Very excited about that. A variety of guests, including some people who play professional football. But right now, the annual Super Bowl Props podcast with Cousin Sal. He's on Skype. I'm on a hotel room phone. You can feel the magic, Sal.
I love it. I got to tell you, the PDF form of the props came out this morning, and it is the most excited thing I could see on the computer. Like, I don't even know what I can compare it to. Maybe the wife scolding me online over an email saying that I got the wrong almond milk for our stupid 3-week-old baby, but whatever. Right. I like it. I love it. I'm so excited.
What is your colicky baby on this or no? It's not on the prop sheet? No,
didn't make it. I want him as far away from this as possible.
That's good. Someday he'll care. Someday he'll understand.
Yeah, he will.
All right, so I know you've been scouring this for days and days on end. Wait, first of all, we should mention the line. What is it, Denver 2.5 or Denver 3?
Denver 2.5. It's they're pushing the juice to minus 125. I only have a hunch that it'll go to 3. What do you think? You think it goes down?
No, I think it lands at 3.
Right.
Just seems like the general public is fired up about Peyton Manning. I can't remember being this off on a Super Bowl line in my life. I mean, everything else I've been wrong on this year, but in this specific case, I'm just flabbergasted by that line. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't either. But then it's like, I like Seattle. I think they're tougher. I think they're just men who got together and to play the game, and it's going to be a rude awakening. On the other hand, I would hate to Monday morning say, holy crap, I could have had Peyton Manning minus 2.5 and I didn't take it in the Super Bowl. Well, what's wrong with me? So
right.
I'm shying away a little bit.
It seems like that's what's driving this line, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Just people are afraid to go against Peyton Manning and a guy who scored over 600 points, who looked really good in those last 2 games. And it's felt like it's his year from that first night, that Thursday night, when the 7 touchdowns all the way through. So I guess that's the logic.
Well, you know what's great about it? We don't have to figure it out because we have like 1,200 propositions in front of us we could devour. So who cares who wins the game?
Right. And you on Friday, you do your annual Super Bowl podcast or Super Bowl prop column, but we're going to get a jump on it here for people who don't like to read.
Yeah.
There's a lot of you out there.
Reading is bad. I agree.
Yeah. So we're sorry you're not here, by the way. It's right now it's about 11 degrees. I think you'd really enjoy yourself.
Now, what are you doing? You're getting out of there, huh?
Yeah, I'm not staying for the game. I weighed all the pluses and minuses, and the thought of watching Peyton Manning win his second Super Bowl and then taking 3.5 hours to leave the stadium sounds like hell. It might not be hell, but it sounds like it.
Yeah. Well, the only thing is, if the Broncos bus goes off into the Hudson River or something, the Patriots have to step in. So you don't want to take that chance. It's probably not going to happen.
Is that what happens? It's just the Broncos get replaced? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's like the vice president takes over. So, Belichick's training them hard this week.
That might change everything.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the props. What do you like?
All right, first of all, you are a total asshole if you take tails. No, that's I do want to throw that on there just to say I've lost a bet somewhere in there. But I want to go in order here. I like a lowish scoring game, and I like total touchdowns under 5.5, and it's minus 145. You don't like that.
You like a lowish scoring game. What are your reasons?
I think so. First of all, I think all the field goal kickers are hot right now. Prater and Hauschka, and when you might take a chance on a 4th and 3 from the 31, normally I think teams are going to want to gobble up the points here. So I think the touchdowns are low, and I think 5.5 is a good number.
Okay.
I like largest lead of the game over 13.5 points. I may not jive with the first play, but this is a Super Bowl. Weird things happen. That's not even to say that this won't be a close game, but team's up 7-0, they're up 14-0, and then maybe it evens out. So Super Bowls tend to get out of control before they level off. So
and it sounds like the weather isn't going to be nearly as bad as it is right now.
What are they saying? Like 26?
Like it might edge into the high 20s, low 30s.
Right.
Possibly, maybe.
Yeah. I like this one. Oh, this is a good one. Odds that at some point during the Super Bowl party you declare that this is the most extraordinary Super Bowl since Saving Private Ryan.
That's going to happen.
Minus 600. I know.
You might even be in the room for that. I might join you for the Super Bowl this year.
Really?
Hey,
that would be special.
Very exciting.
Good. All right. Well, that's a hefty number to pay, minus 600. But
yeah, that's going to go up.
How about this? Peyton Manning under rushing attempts, under 1.5 is minus 165. You have to lay a lot of wood there, but the guy's not going to run twice. He didn't run his last 3 games of the regular season, and I think he ran once each against the Patriots and what other stupid team did he play? And why am I lost? Yeah.
It'd have to be like a QB sneak.
San Diego.
And then like something where the play broke down and he's scrambling and he's running for a yard and gets tackled.
Now, you know what? I just thought of why this is maybe not a good bet. Maybe cross this off. Because if he takes a knee at the end, you lose the last play of the year. You're going to lose on. I mean, it would be ironic. But that doesn't.
Potentially, he could do 3 kneels.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe we go over.
Those count as rushing attempts.
Definitely. Yeah. It'd be negative yards.
So maybe we like the over on that. If you like Denver to win, maybe you bang the kneel play.
Let's go over. Let's go over with that. I'm changing that. You see? I'm glad we talked that through.
Yeah, take out him here.
Here's a weird one. I don't want to touch it, but Peyton Manning over-under touchdown passes is 2. And it's been 2.5 or 3 or 3.5 since he is like 7th grade. I mean, it's always over 2.5. So I'm not saying take that. It might land exactly on 2, but that just jumped out at me. Like maybe these guys know what they're talking about.
So you think they're giving credit to the Seattle secondary?
Giving credit to the secondary, maybe banking on the Broncos having a different game plan with the running game, and just I don't know. I don't like that. But just something to think about. Let's see. That's so many. Peyton Manning, how many times will he say Omaha during the game? 28.5. Under minus 125. I think he's conscious of it now. And, it's like when someone has a nervous tick and it's been exposed. I think they're thinking about it. I bet he does it like a dozen times and you never hear it again.
This is sad, but I don't know if you're kidding or not.
I'm not kidding. I want to go.
That's really a bet? You can bet on Omaha?
Absolutely.
Omaha!
Yeah. 28.5, that's a lot.
What if that seems like under would be the right bet, because what if they just change Omaha this time around and call it like Tulsa? Yeah. I mean, what if he decides that he's going to, there's props on that. It's like 14-1 odds. He ditches Disney World and decides he's going to Omaha after the game. That could be good. Yeah. I like it.
Wait a minute. There's some other stuff.
28.5 that he says to Omaha. What's happened to us? What's happened to society?
You have to sit and tell everyone to shut up the whole time so you can hear.
Hold on. Wait till the audibles.
Every time he's at the line. Oh, this is interesting. 16-1 odds. Maury Povich runs a paternity test and determines that Papa John is Peyton Manning's father, not Archie Manning.
Papa John, interesting.
Yeah,
I like that.
Why else would he do all those stupid ads?
Are there odds for Troy Aikman being disappointed in Richard Sherman?
No, that's a guarantee.
Oh, it's off the board. Interesting.
There's 30-1 odds that there's a power blackout and they're forced to illuminate the stadium with John Elway's giant horse teeth.
Come on. Why are you taking shots at Elway? Norm Macdonald made that not cool.
He did? Look, I'm just reading. I told you I have the PDF. I'm reading off the sheet. All right, let's get back to a real one. Seahawks win by 4-6 is 19-2 odds. by 7 to 10 is 17 to 2 odds. That's a nice little range, don't you think?
I feel like
8 and 9 to 1 for those. It's pretty good.
I feel like the best case scenario for this game, in a scenario I could see in my head, is Manning being behind in the fourth quarter and like almost a repeat of that Saints game. The pick six that he hasn't, the dangerous, terrible pick six that he hasn't thrown all year, coming back from the ghost of Manning's playoff pass. So you'd have the Seahawks up by like maybe 4 or 6 or whatever, and then the pick six touchdown by the one and only Richard Sherman.
Right.
And Denver loses by 13, somewhere between 11 and 13. Is that a bet?
I think. Well, let me see if I can read between the lines here. That would
Seattle
be good.
by 11 to 13.
Seattle by 11 and 13 is 18 to 1.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So you're basically betting on the pick six touchdown with the Seattle by 11 to 13.
At the end, yeah, might as well add that in there if you're going to do the other
That's
two.
a nice.
But Richard Sherman has a bunch. Will he receive a pass interference penalty? Yes, is plus 140. Will he receive unnecessary roughness? Yes, is plus 525. Taunting penalty? Yes, is plus 400. So you have to really pay attention to that.
What would be your greatest Richard Sherman scenario for the Super Bowl? Them winning and then him taking the post-game interview to another level?
That would be great. How about, this is weird, 35 to 1 odds that in an effort to clean up his image, Richard Sherman returns an intercepted ball to Peyton Manning. He just gives it to him. That'd be nice.
Just hands it right to him like a gift?
Yeah, like, here, take this. I know you screwed up. Let's try it again. Let's run it again.
That would certainly rehab a lot of things. He went to Stanford.
I know he did. He did.
He went to Stanford. Graduated from there and everything.
I keep hearing that.
Yeah. The Cardinals.
This is one our friend Daniel loves, and he's hit on it like 2 of the last 3 years. The last score of the game and the first score of the game is a Broncos or Seahawks safety. Seahawks safety is 55 to 1. Broncos safety is 50 to 1. And he's hit on this 2 of the last 3 years, I think. Tom Brady had that intentional grounding call in the end zone for the first
that was horrible.
Giants.
That was a terrible call.
Betting against his own team, bad call, but he cashed in on that. And then last year, Kaepernick took a knee in the end zone, right, for the Niners to win by 3 instead of 5. Isn't that right? Or 4 instead of 6, or was it?
Yeah, you're right.
So those are 50 to 1. Those are good numbers to look for there.
Wouldn't that be the easiest way to fix a moment in the Super Bowl?
Just take a safety at the end if the game's out of reach?
It's just the QB and it's 0-0, and the QB just sails it to nobody on first down while staying in the pocket.
Yeah.
From his own end zone.
Interesting.
Just
it seemed like easier ways, though, because Peyton Manning can now say Omaha 29 times at the line on the first play of the game and take the delay of game and win on the over.
He could get that in the first half.
Yeah, and just like Ray does a victory lap, that'd be pretty good. Let's see.
Omaha!
I love it.
It'd be funny at the 29th one, he did the Omaha, and then he walked away from the huddle with his arms raised.
That's right. Through the chin strap down.
I did it.
Speaking of him, 2 to 1 odds that he thanks, not necessarily him, but the Super Bowl MVP thanks his teammates first.
Oh.
2 to 1. I think that's a lock. He did it last time. I checked the footage. He thanked when he won with the Colts. He thanked his teammates, of course, because they're all right there, and he has to shower with them in 10 minutes. He's not going to want to disappoint them. So
you checked
2 to
the
1
footage?
Nice. I checked on YouTube. I don't know. Jim Nantz presents MVP.
You checked this on YouTube for research.
I did. Yeah, what he did last time.
You're the best.
Listen, you have to.
So here's the catch with that. I would say most of the guys would thank their teammates, but unless you had a God lover. Because it's either going to be God or the teammates. It's almost like the coin flip, head or tails.
That's true. Yeah.
Like I think Russell Wilson would thank God.
I was going to ask you. I mean, no one's closer to him than you are. So
yeah, I think he would. No, I saw Russell, every night basically this week, and I think he's going to thank God.
By the way, you're 75 to 1. So he might thank you first.
75 to 1. That seems high.
That the Super Bowl MVP thanks you. Interesting.
The only one who's going to thank me this year is the producers of Lone Survivor.
Oh, there's also this. Speaking of, you talked about the coin toss. Percy Harvin suffers an injury, another season-ending injury, when the coin bounces off the turf and lodges in his spine. I hope that doesn't happen, but you can get 9-2 on that.
You can't rule it out.
No. Yeah,
somebody sent me this. I think I'm going to use it in Friday's column. Concussion odds, Percy Harvin versus Wes Welker. It's grisly, it's sick, but I think it's a valiant argument. Who do you think would be favored in that?
Oh, man.
Harvin just had one. Welker's probably had 15.
I think Welker.
You think Welker's favored?
Between the pick plays and just these monster defensive backs for the Seahawks trying to level them, I think Welker's yeah.
They should at least add the prop of which player will wobble off the field with the announcer saying, and we'll see if he returns.
Yeah.
Because that's a bigger lock to happen than a touchdown or a field goal.
Do you think the sideline reporter secretly gets excited when there's something like that? Like, oh, I'm going to get to speak in a few minutes.
Selfishly, I think you're rooting for injury pretty much the whole time. You're rooting for injury or any sort of conflict or people screaming at each other on the bench. You're basically just sitting there rooting for terrible things. This
is we talk about Wes Welker. Minus 180 that Wes Welker and his huge helmet will be mistaken for a Daft Punk member and awarded a Grammy after the game. It is a big-ass helmet he wears.
I like that one. Who was the guy who had that? Kelso? Mark Kelso?
Oh, yeah. Was it Leonard Kelso? It was something Kelso.
Mark Kelso.
Was it Mark?
I keep getting this email, and I don't know how to answer it. Why would only Welker have that helmet? If it makes his head safer, then why wouldn't they all have the helmet? I don't have a good answer for that one.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with that. And that's weird.
It seemed like we'd all want the helmet if we played football. I'd be like, oh, so that helmet makes it less likely I get hurt? I'm going to use that one.
Yeah. Is there a lot of pride in it, like in hockey when no one would wear the helmets for a while?
Oh, in the 80s, yeah. Remember that? The freaking Europeans were looked on with scorn.
Yeah. By the way, on sportsbook.com, chicken broth, and hot chocolate are listed among the colors of the Gatorade. So you have lime green, yellow, orange, red, blue, clear, and then hot chocolate and chicken broth are actually listed.
That's bizarre.
I guess because it's cold, but what kind of a-holes would pour hot chocolate on their coach? Couldn't do it.
Every once in a while I get an email from somebody wondering why we always say sportsbook.com and asking for on the take. Is there another online site that has as many props and bets as they do? Because if there is, I'd love to know what it is. That's just the one we've kind of settled on, but there was really no rhyme or reason for it.
You know what? Bovada is okay, but this guy Mike sends us the PDF early on these props, and so what do I care? Mike from Sportsbook, thanks for all year hooking us up. But yeah, but we don't get anything out of
it. But not actually hooking us up.
No, just hooking us up with early lines.
If anything, I still have a lot of animosity toward Sportsbook.com for the basketball fiasco that time we had when we were working together at Jimmy Kimmel's show.
It's hard to explain, but you had taken the field to make the playoffs or something. There was a discrepancy, and then they changed the field on you, right?
No, that was another one. This was one when there was a basketball bet, and somebody was favored +8 instead of -8. And it was the early days of internet gambling. We loaded up on the team that had the favorite that was +8. Mm-hmm. And then when they switched the line to the right thing, like 20 minutes later, we bet on the underdog plus whatever. But then they voided the first bet.
Yeah.
This is when internet gambling was at its all-time most lawless. They were just like, no, those first bets don't count, even though you already put them in and it said transaction accepted.
Yeah.
So then we had all this money on the underdog in a game we didn't even want, and of course the favorite won, and we ended up losing. It was incredible. It just goes to show you there are no sure things in gambling.
Yeah, and what the hell are we going to do at that point? Like, Jimmy, we need 3 days off to fly to Antigua to look up some nameless company, punch someone in the mouth. I don't know. It wasn't going to happen.
It would be good oral history, the early days of internet gambling.
We should do that. All right, there's a few more here. Let me see. There's 22 pages. I don't even know if you bothered to type it.
I only have one prop that I love. Do you want to know what it is?
Go ahead, of course. Yeah. What is it?
Julius Thomas receiving yards is a little high. It's like 75. And I
75?
remember Aaron Schatz told us that the 2 rounds ago, even before they shut down Jimmy Graham, he's talking about how great the Seahawks were against opposing tight ends.
Right. Absolutely. Well, you know what?
I kind of like that. I mean, it's a line that they're giving Thomas the credit of the whole season versus giving Seattle's defense the credit of stopping the tight end.
I mean, I think Manning's going to be around 200, 220 yards. I don't think this is going to be a 300 or 400-yard game. So, yeah.
You would think.
If that holds true, 75 is a lot for one pass catcher there.
Right.
That is interesting. This is interesting, too. 16-1 odds at the Kiss Cam catches Chris Christie dry humping a chicken parm sandwich.
Well, you said Chris Christie. I was ready for that joke to go in just about every direction.
Oh, by the way, tune in Friday. I have about 7 Chris Christie jokes. 8 of them will be deleted, I'm sure. Over under 79,500 chews on the same piece of gum for Pete Carroll during the game.
Oh. You know, I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. It is an important subplot of this game, the gum chewing championship between John Fox and Pete Carroll.
Oh, that's true.
Both of them are big-time gum chompers.
Yeah, that could be good.
They really chomp that gum, both of them. Keep it on it.
Over under jersey number. This is real. I'll alert you when they're real. Over under jersey number of the first scorer, 79.5, which means it's they're thinking it's a receiver for sure, but I don't know. I'm not sure it's going to be a passing touchdown first. Marshawn Lynch explodes for the first score of the game, something like that.
I think that's a wasted bet.
Is it?
They only hit it once with that betting the field and the Ravens Super Bowl, the one they won with Ray Lewis, when he went to Disneyland instead of jail.
Oh, right.
Remember that one? But
right. So that was under, right?
It just seems like so arbitrary to bet on whoever. You know what else I noticed? I was looking at the MVP odds. Richard Sherman was 22-1 to win the MVP. That seems like a waste of money. When is a cornerback? How many passes would he have to pick off to win the MVP? I think 3.
Bet. Yeah, 3 is about right. That's a sucker bet for sure.
Larry Smith won that year just because everyone in their team played like crap. Nobody could come up with an MVP.
Yeah.
That was your version of the Pats-Eagles Super Bowl that Deion won the MVP, but we didn't even play well. Just kind of held off of a Philly team that was dying to give it away.
Yeah.
Anyway.
This is sad. Honestly, I don't even like to read these, but 55-1 odds after attempting to eat all the Skittles thrown from the stands, Marshawn Lynch ends up losing his feet to diabetes. That's no way to end the season. You don't want to do that.
Why did he not talk to anyone on Media Day, but has this whole long interview he did on YouTube with somebody from Japan? I was confused.
That is strange. He could be the next Dennis Rodman.
I was confused. That's a really weird game plan.
Yeah. All right, let's do a few more real ones. Oh, then they have like the cross sports ones. Now, I think you should have to do this. Magic and Celtics total points on Sunday versus Russell, hustle and bustle, man muscle, Wilson passing yards. I think you have to choose between your two lovers there.
Wow. So Celtics Magic will be probably like in the 200 range. So they're saying Wilson would have to throw for more than that?
Right. What do you think?
I would say Wilson. The Celtics are pretty banged up right now.
You got to go with your boy.
They can get to 90 points.
Yeah, I guess they're figuring on like 195 is the number or something like that. And this is a lock. Crystal Palace plus Arsenal goals for Seahawks Broncos total field goals. I don't know which way, but that is a lock. I can't tell you how to play it, but they also have LeBron versus the Knicks or the Seahawks, and LeBron is giving the Seahawks total points. LeBron's giving 5.5. I think I like Seattle here.
That's weird though, because Like if Wade doesn't play, then he's guaranteed to score between 29 and 35.
Oh, yeah.
And Wade, you just don't know. It's like he just arbitrarily decides from game to game whether he's going to play or not.
Yeah, that's true. But if the Broncos don't play, the Seahawks could go crazy, right?
Tell me this. Why wouldn't the Seahawks, like after watching the San Diego game and the Pats game, and how much trouble those teams had running the ball, and then how there seemed to be receivers open for both teams the whole game. Why wouldn't Seattle come out of the gate and just chuck it?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, and we talked about this last week. Seattle now knows that they could go down by 10 points and win a game against a good team. And we both thought the Niners are the best team in the league this year. So I don't know if you want to take that chance. You're in a spot where Russell Wilson probably has to make 2 or 3 passes to win the Super Bowl, right? 2 or 3 biggish plays.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. Maybe just grind the Broncos out is the way to go.
Yeah. The Pats can run on them. And we were running the ball really well.
Yeah, that's true.
San Diego ran the ball really well. They couldn't run on them.
Yeah, you might be right.
I don't know whether to value those Pats-Chargers games or not. Because the Chargers were a 9-7 team, and the Pats were totally depleted. And it's unclear if we just throw those games out.
It is interesting how you want to attack it. Like, we weren't really convinced the Seahawks were as great as everyone was saying until last week, right?
Right.
When they beat the Niners. But before that, they had some clunker games. So, which team? I don't know which team even benefited from the 2 weeks off more.
Is there a prop for Niners fans watching this game and screaming at the TV that they were better than both teams? Because that's going over.
I'll have to look. There's probably something with that. All right, let me see. I have a few more here. Renee Fleming singing the anthem over under 142 and a half seconds. She's an opera singer. That's going under, I think. It's going to be freezing. Her big arms are going to be exposed. She's going to get the hell out of there. She's not going to care about carrying the note too long. I go under. I say under.
Is she skinny or heavier?
I thought she was heavy, no?
She's heavy. The cold won't bother her as much. Like, if you're throwing Taylor Swift out there, she's zooming through that in like 50 seconds, trying to get off the field.
That's an excellent point. Hold on. Let me take a look at a picture of her real quick. I have no idea.
Check the website, Opera Singer's Weight.
She's pretty thin. She's like a Celine Dion type.
Oh, then she's going to be wanting to get the hell out of there before she gets cold.
Right. 54-year-old woman. Then, yeah, let's go under with that. That's a
Congratulations to the Super Bowl for coming up with a national anthem singer that I've never heard of before.
Yeah, and it's like, how many fans want to stick around before, like, holy crap, I'm listening to effing opera in 8-degree weather. I'm getting out of here. I know the game hasn't started, but it's not
the move would have been Bieber. Bieber would have been incredible. It would have been a week of arguing about whether he's going to show up or not. And
that's great.
What condition was he going to be in? Like, you can't lose with Bieber.
I like that a lot. I like that. And then just deport him right the hell out of there.
Or maybe you tell him he's singing the national anthem, and then when he shows up, you arrest him and deport him. That might have been the move. I didn't even think of that.
I like it. Maybe is it too late? Maybe no one will listen to it. Let's cut that out and see what happens. What else do we have here? What do you think about Welker over 19.5 yards as longest reception?
Oh.
I'm going back to the Brady play where he dropped it or whatever.
Thanks. Thanks for bringing that up.
Sorry about that, but I think he wants one in there to prove. He's like, all right, these 6-yard slants are nice, but I need to get back in the spotlight.
I personally think that the Seahawks are going to execute the game plan that worked so well against the Pats in some of these playoff games where you just hit the crap out of these receivers. You keep them in front of you. You let Manning complete his little short passes, and you just crush the receivers, and you make them think, and you even try to knock out one or two of them. That's what the Ravens did last year against the Pats. They were totally happy knocking dudes out of the game. They didn't care, but it was the right move. They were super physical. Don't you think they're just kind of hang back, let Manning pick them apart, crush the receivers, and dare Manning to throw deep?
No,
that would be
I
my
do.
game plan.
Well, dare him to throw deep, I guess. But yeah, after a while, these guys, as you saw in the Pats game, these guys just were just physically beat, and those routes were few and far between, I think, towards the end. But
yeah, yep.
It's going to be just all right. You ready for my big one?
Yeah. Oh, is it time? Is it Hanaski time?
I think so. This is a tradition. I've taken Henry Hanaski to go over 4.5 yards, Gary Russell to not score. I know of at least one couple who is now engaged because of that proposition, and that was off. Last year, I can't even remember. I took the fullback from the Niners. They checked to him a lot, but never threw to him. There's been a bunch, and now
the history says that you tend to gravitate toward little used white fullbacks.
Right.
Seems to be your move.
Well, I'm breaking that trend. I've actually not seen this guy, although now I've watched video of him online. So I don't think he's a little used white guy, but to have at least one reception at plus 150, Broncos third string tight end Virgil Green.
Ooh,
and let me tell you,
I like that.
It's for all the reasons you just named, that these guys are going to get crunched underneath. The Seahawks are going to have their way with the big guns, wide receivers, the Deckers, the Welkers, the Julius Thomas, and even Jacob Tamme. And Virgil Green is going to be asked to be a hero, even just for one play, to catch it, plus 150. Now, he didn't catch a ball last week or against the Patriots. He ran one. But the last 3 games of the regular season, he had 2, 1, and 1 catch, and then he had one against the Chargers. Virgil Green will have a reception.
I really like it. It's on brand. I like
Excellent.
the logic behind it. Very strong all the way around. I like the fact that Virgil Green is kind of a memorable name. It's like you pick John Smith or somebody like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to talk about MVP odds.
Okay. Let's go to it. I have to find it.
I don't see any way anyone other than Manning wins the MVP if the Broncos win. I just can't imagine.
Yeah,
how bad of a game would he have to have? Would it have to be like Roethlisberger in the first Steelers Super Bowl level bad? I just can't imagine him not winning if they win.
What about pot roast? Just to have fun with it, they make pot roast MVP. You don't think they'll do that?
Pot roast? No, I don't.
No.
I did have a reader suggest that they call this the Cottonmouth Bowl.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
I like that.
Like it a
lot. They won't do that. And, they do have odds that marijuana will be mentioned during the telecast. It's about even.
Oh, I'm going under on that. No way they bring that up. Joe Buck and Aikman don't have the balls to bring that up. No way. Under.
I could see them alluding to it, but not saying it, right?
No. Al Michaels would do that.
Yeah.
I don't see it. Buck and Aikman, stay away.
You know what? They'll be told ahead of time, probably.
Yeah,
right?
they're going to be like, guys, stay away.
Yeah.
Don't go near this.
I think you're right with Manning, though.
Well, we have this argument every year, and neither of us are smart enough or sophisticated enough to figure out what the answer is. But if Denver is minus 120 to win the game, but Manning is plus 120 to win the MVP, to me, it seems like it would make sense to just bet Manning to win the MVP and swing your odds to plus 120. And under the bizarre scenario where they win the Super Bowl, but somebody else wins the MVP, you lose on that. I think that's pretty far-fetched.
I did this. I think we both did this.
With Rodgers.
No, didn't we do it Colts-Bears? I think we did it Colts-Bears because the Colts were given like 8.5 points or something. I'm like, they're going to win, but I don't want to have to worry about it. They're going to cover, and it's going to rain. And so I think we took like Manning at minus 140 or something. And it was clear that he should have won, and he did eventually win. But there was like a good 10-minute stretch before they didn't bring him up on the podium, and you're just like kind of looking to see where he's standing and everything, and who's high-fiving. And at one point, someone else got in front of him, like someone got in front of him, and I got scared. But it's smart. The math is there. And you should take math like Denver.
We've been wagering for so long that I don't even remember some of these things until you bring them up.
I know.
But
you asked.
in that specific case, I'm going to dig a little further in that. We watched that at our cousin's house.
Right.
There was about a 10-minute stretch there where it looked like Dominic Rhodes was going to be the MVP.
That was the other one, yeah.
And we were freaking out. And then the only reason I remember that part of it is because somebody sent me a great email that I'm not going to use in my column, but I thought it was funny about the conspiracy theory that Dominic Rhodes never touched the ball again once it seemed like he was going to win the MVP award.
Oh.
He was like, one of the announcers brought it up, and that was it. He never touched the ball again. I don't know if that's true or not true, which is why I'm not going to put it in a column, but I thought that was pretty funny. But I do remember there was a moment there when all of a sudden it was like, wow, really? Dominic Rhodes is going to win the MVP? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And then Manning completed a couple passes and kind of salvaged it.
Well, it's scary because you're making a bet and you have to watch for 5 hours before you know for sure if you win. But by the time everything is all the accolades are handed out.
It's still a fun bet though. I almost feel like you have to bet on the game. You have to bet on the MVP. I think are the two. So
you go Marshawn. Now Seattle, it could be 2 or 3 guys, don't you think?
Could be 2 or 3 guys. I'm going to make the case for Russell Wilson and why I think this is a really good bet.
Please do.
4-1 odds.
Yeah.
Really high.
It's a lot.
The Broncos' D has been shutting down these running games. I think if Seattle wins, it's going to be because Russell Wilson won it for him. I just like getting the QB at 4-1.
It is good.
It's really tasty. What are they, like plus 130 to win the game?
Yeah, but
something like that. So you're getting him at 4 times what the odds are, 3.5 times what the odds are.
Break it down though. If he has 180 yards passing, a touchdown, and like 25 rushing yards, and Lynch has a touchdown and 90 rushing yards, who gets it?
But that's the thing. I don't think they can beat Denver unless he has a good game.
He has to have more.
Like, I think that Denver, the possibility of them beating Seattle without Manning having a good game is more realistic.
Well, how about this? What is Lynch? Is he 5-1? I didn't get the updated. For some reason,
Lynch is 5-1. Yeah. So just bet one or the other.
Take both of them. Take both of them. If you like Seattle.
Doug Baldwin at 60-1 is pretty freaking enticing. Because he has kick return potential.
Yeah, that's true.
Big play potential. I just thought that was too high. I thought he was going to be like 20-1.
That is up there.
Well, let me ask you this. Who is the MVP of the Niners-Seahawks game?
You want to say Doug Baldwin?
I don't know. I'm asking you. Who do you think it was?
I don't know. Richard Sherman seemed pretty excited about himself. And maybe it was him.
I think he was the unintentional comedy MVP.
Yeah, right. You think it was Russell Wilson?
Yeah, I think it was Russell Wilson. He made the 4th and 7 pass. He made that huge big play in the first half.
Right.
I would say him. Hold on, I'm looking at the box score. You would say somebody differently?
You're so in love with this guy.
I know. It's really sad. I keep pushing him.
Marshawn Lynch, what did he do?
109 yards and a TD from Marshawn.
Anything 3 digits against the Niners for running backs, pretty good.
Doug Baldwin was 6 catches, 106 yards, and had a huge kick return. So he's up there too. Marshawn was 22 for 109 with a touchdown.
Well, listen, it's definitely going to be any one of those 3, right? So you might as well take Baldwin at the big odds too. Not a ton, but.
All right, so let's say you like the Seahawks. You bet 100 on Wilson at 4-1. You bet 100 on Lynch at 5-1.
Let's make it 10,000. This is the last game of the year.
And you bet 20 on Baldwin at 60-1.
So you're going to clear like 300 or 400.
You're risking 220 to clear anywhere, either 400, 500, or 1,200.
Yeah.
That seems like a smarter move to me than betting on the Seahawks money line.
Betting on the Seahawks. All right.
Which is why I'm just going to bet on the Seahawks money line, because I'm stupid.
No, let's just do that. I'm writing that down.
I have an important question for you.
Yeah.
This is probably the most important question I've asked you all year. I know you have to go. Right now, I'm 34 games under 500 in my column.
Right.
Do I do the Berman and make this game worth 35 games?
Oh, you could do that.
I could do that, right? It's the Super Bowl. There are no rules.
Are you allowed to, or has he trademarked that little wrinkle?
I think I just do it. I think I'm making it worth 35 games.
Yeah.
The catch would be if I lost, then I fall 69 games below 500, which is trouble.
Well, it's less important to all your listeners and followers, but I'm going to do a similar thing because in my prop column, I'm down about 490,000 Your Majesties.
Oh, no.
I'm putting 500,000 Your Majesties on Virgil Green to have at least one reception.
Very smart. Very smart. I like how you think. Hey, it looks like CM Punk quit, by the way.
He quit?
Yeah, it looks like he quit.
No.
He quit.
I didn't know you could just quit.
He quit
the Mafia?
He real life quit.
Wow.
There was a real life quitting on Monday night.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. I
don't know if that's true. Did you like it? I wasn't too happy about the Royal Rumble.
I loved watching my first one with my son.
Yeah.
I loved how excited he was. I thought it was a bad idea to peak with the first match when you had over 2 hours to go. I wish they had the balls to just have Roman Reigns win the Rumble. I was disappointed.
I was surprised.
He's clearly going to be a huge star. Wrestling is one of those sports / fake sports where you know it when you see it. And he's going to be a huge star, and they should just get it going now.
But they have to make him split with the Shield first, I think.
They have to do the Marty Jannetty kick through the barbershop window portion of that storyline?
Yeah, I think so. They have to. I mean, fans already like him, but when he gets the sneak attack, they'll love him, and that'll put him over. And then he could be a headliner at WrestleMania. Not before, I don't think. I really like him, but I have to admit it bothers me. I think my daughter's a little sweet on him. And really?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all.
His hair is much longer than hers.
Roots for him. Got upset when he got knocked out.
Wow.
And when I asked when I teasingly said, "Oh, I think you're a little sweet on Roman Reigns," got super mad and punched me in the shoulder.
Wow.
Which is
good.
like the all-time tell if you're a kid. So I'm really concerned that my daughter likes tattooed, long-haired wrestlers.
That's excellent.
It's not going to be fun.
The Daniel Bryan thing, the crowd's so ornery. Like if he's on in every match, the crowd just. I've never ever seen anything like it before.
Yeah, it's almost like he's heroin and the crowd's a junkie. They just want Daniel Bryan fixed at all times.
They were so mad when he wasn't a participant.
It's great. They're chanting no, Batista. When Batista won, my son loves Batista for some reason. He won the Rumble, and my son jumped up on the coffee table and arms raised like, yeah! Like he's so fired up. It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. He was shirtless.
I've seen him shirtless. There are pictures going around him, and he is a brute.
Yeah,
you have Bam on your hands now.
Yeah, I don't know what he's going to end up doing in life, but he's definitely got the physique.
Forget about life. I'd be nervous for the next couple of weeks when they showed Brock Lesnar slamming the Big Show. 40 times with a chair.
Yeah,
that's scary stuff for your already aggressive son to think is okay.
Yeah, why did they do that?
Oh man, it was a lot. It was
weird. It was excessive and cruel and weird. I felt bad for the Big Show. Now CM Punk's quitting. Wrestling's falling apart.
Yeah, they got to get it back.
Yeah, we have to seriously consider WrestleMania in New Orleans.
Ooh, we could do it. If it stops snowing, I'll go.
Because what's your Super Bowl pick, or do you want to wait till Friday?
You know what? I'm gonna wait. Let me wait.
Right.
Let me just say, tonight, Andy Garcia, Chef Norman Van Aken, music from Broken Bells on Jimmy Kimmel Live, and tomorrow, Zac Efron and Allison Brie, and a whole lot more.
And
hopefully I see you Sunday.
Your column will go up on Grantland's Triangle.
Yeah,
Friday afternoon. And then we will be doing a podcast Monday morning, the Farewell Super Bowl podcast, which can always go in a variety of directions. Always an exciting.
Damn right. We'll be looking over it, sure, one way or another.
Because yours, as always, in gambling. Good job by you.
Good job by you, Billy.
Talk to you soon. Before we go, I want to give a quick shout-out to our sponsor, Stamps.com. You got Valentine's Day coming up. Go to Stamps.com. Put in BS in the top right on the website. You get a deal on a whole bunch of stuff. Stamps, scale, variety of things. It's like joining a little club, and the club is this. I don't want to go to the post office anymore. I just want to do all this stuff from my house. Stamps.com. Very easy. Sign up. Longtime sponsor of the BS Report. Thanks to them. Thanks to you guys. We will see you tomorrow, or we will talk to you tomorrow, I guess. You will hear us. We'll be at the Bud Light Hotel in New York City, New York, Thursday and Friday. Lots of podcasts coming up. Until then, the BS Report, Bill Simmons signing off.
So I get to sign off. Whoa!
Thank you for downloading the BS Report with Bill Simmons.
Too much fun.
Check out more podcasts at the iTunes Music Store or at Pod Center at ESPNRadio.com.
Peace out.
Gotta say, Golick, great call on grabbing Subway for lunch and getting guacamole on our subs.
Told you this new guac really amps up the flavor.
Yep, something adding up things can be great. Guacamole on your sub, a new co-host to replace you.
What was that?
Oh, no, nothing.
Subway now has deliciously rich new guacamole made from ripe Hass avocados with just a hint of garlic, onion, and jalapeno. Discover how new guacamole turns up the flavor on any of your freshly made favorites. Subway, eat fresh.